し生まれ変わったらその時はさ
Welcome back, loves. Today we are doing a Leorio ex-listener, which a lot of you have requested. I'm still working on my Discord, but yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? Leorio! You shouted while almost tripping over your feet. You called out again to the young man and was starting to get irritated because he wouldn't answer you. Leorio! Finally, the man seemed to stop at your continuous pestering. He turned to face you and you almost bumped into him, but you stopped just in time. Your feet screeched on the ground and you cringed at the sound. You had been trying to interview him all day. Your job would fire you if you didn't. You needed to get a personal scoop, and fast. Look, will you stop following me if I give you the interview? You hurriedly nodded your head with a massive grin plastered on your face as you looked up at the 19-year-old. He sighed and waved his friends off. They looked at him with an amused expression before continuing their walk to wherever they were headed. You did a double take at this and asked, "Don't you want to schedule a time? It seemed like you were going somewhere." He let out a small chuckle, smacking his right hand into his face. No, I want to get this over with. Oh, okay then. You walked to a nearby cafe and ordered your usual favorite drink. As soon as the waiter left you pulled out your supplies and got ready to jot down notes. "So, what do you want to know?" he asked, placing his elbow on the table in front of you, letting his face rest in his palm. He smiled kindly and waited for you to respond. You took a deep breath and smiled widely again. You were a ball of joy chasing around someone half your height for a dumb article. "I want to know everything from the beginning," you stated with an excited tint in your eyes. Leorio had never seen someone this passionate about something since Gon wanting to meet his father or Killua wanting to kill his mother, which is something way better than it sounds. "Okay then, how about I start on my journey of why I wanted to become a doctor in the first place?" he asked, looking off to the side, obviously trying to remember. Leorio started explaining how his life got him where he was and what encouraged him to become a doctor in the first place. The waiter came by and dropped your stuff off. While he talked, you thanked him, then continued listening to Leorio's story. It was so interesting that you couldn't take your eyes off your notepad. With all the notes you jotted down, you could have written a bibliography right then and there. "I honestly didn't expect you to take so much pride in it," he said as he took a sip of his coffee. He had just finished telling you the story of how he became a hunter just to sell his license and go to school to become a doctor. You were so fascinated with the idea of someone risking their life just to throw it away what they worked so hard for. It was surprising to say the least, but that's what you had counted on. You wanted his story to be as interesting and as crazy as you had thought it to be. You had heard small details here and there, but never actually got to hear the full story. Once you became a writer for a news article, you became more fascinated with the story of the doctor who was once a hunter. From what you heard, the man was not even a man yet, and was good enough to pass the hunter's exam, the one that took so many lives and disappointed so many souls. The hunter's exam was a tough thing to pass, so for someone to ace it on the first try, no less, and then give up their license was undeniably the most dim-witted thing a person could do. Yet here he was, the man who had accomplished it right in front of you. "What a day," you said, throwing your hands over your head tirelessly, slumping back into your seat at the same time. "I have to admit, I enjoyed telling someone my story." A shocked expression walked over your face as you pushed yourself back up. "Really?" "Yeah." "Well, awesome. I can't wait to start writing it." "Oh, so have you thought of a title yet?" "I'm thinking something along the lines of Ex-Hunter Becomes Elaborate Doctor." You moved your hands from the middle to either side of your body, enhancing the words that flew out of your mouth. "I like it," he said, "but maybe a little too long." You looked up from the cup in your hand. "Have any ideas?" you asked. Leorio bit his lip for a minute, then jumped out of his seat. I've got it." You grew more excited by the minute. "Okay, what?" "What about EH to ED, or ex-hunter to elaborate doctor?" he asked with a wide grin spread across his face. You could tell by the excitement in his eyes that he was happy he did this interview, and you were thrilled as well. You thought. Ex-hunter to elaborate doctor. You tried the title out. Yeah, I like that. You finally said, picking your head up with another one of your smiles. Wait, really? Yeah, it's awesome. While you and Leorio fangirled about your article column, 3 boys just a few meters away laughed and took photos. Oh, this is too great. Karapika laughed. I think it's cute. Gon smiled. It's definitely something we don't see every day, Killua shrugged. But he was right. It was definitely something they didn't see every day, neither you nor Leorio. It was definitely different from the norm to you. Hopefully your article would go down in the Hunter History of Hall of Fame. Now, this story was one for the books. Hey, Wyan. You looked up after calming your laughter. You don't know what had come over you. You had never felt or been in any way, shape, or form how you were now. It's like a wave of prosperity and imagination washed over you. The water cleaned you of your boring and distant lifestyle. You had felt more confident, more out there, more yourself. You had no way of explaining it, but you found that it must have had something to do with the young man sitting in front of you. Yes, Leorio? Leorio seemed unsure of what his next words would be as he scratched his right wrist with his left hand. When he did decide to speak, he looked you dead in the eyes. I'd like to see you again, if you don't mind. And at that moment, you knew that you wanted to see him again as well. You had so much fun, even though you were out of your comfort zone when he asked you to talk about yourself. Yes, I think I'd like that very much, you said, pining a large smile. You felt sure of yourself, you felt confident in your words, and you didn't stammer at all. Wait, really? He asked. You had no idea why he looked genuinely confused. Was he expecting you to say no? Yeah? Why wouldn't I? Oh, it's nothing, you're just so pretty, and Leorio, stop digging yourself into a hole and just accept that they like your awkward personality. A small, young, and very short boy with white fluffy hair spoke, smacking Leorio on the back. Well, shut up, Killua, and it's Mr. Leorio. You started giggling at how cute Leorio pouted. He's a big baby, but I'm sure you can manage. A boy with medium-length, honey blonde hair said, approaching from behind. Yeah, I'm sure I can, you said, returning the boy's smile. Okay, so, I hope I made that one pretty long because the last one was like 5 minutes and I felt super bad. But, yeah, this is the end. Oh my god, you sound like a robot. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Bye, loves.